Hi everyone, this is Nicole, LuckyVitamin's Category Manager of Personal Care, Beauty, and Aromatherapy items. It's great to have so many people joining us today for the LuckyVitamin Wellness Webinar, The Ultimate Beauty Approach by ACURE. Thank you all very much. We are very pleased to have with us today Tammy Ball. Educator for ACURE, Tammy is a licensed esthetician and aesthetics educator with a Bachelor of Arts degree in interior design from Bowling Green State University. Formerly a sales assistant in finance for over a decade, she made the decision to shift her focus in 2003 to inspiring beauty and wellness in others. As a student at the Aveda Institute Chicago, Tammy learned the importance of a whole body approach in reference to our lifestyles and Ayurveda and how this directly correlates with the optimal health of our skin and overall wellness. In 2006, she was awarded the Leadership Through Education Award while working as a lead educator with the Aveda Institute Chicago. In 2012, she joined the ACURE team as a regional trainer, focusing on the importance of utilizing clean personal care without traces of toxic chemicals and immersing herself in the natural care industry. Tammy has a passion for education, personal development, and wellness. As a senior educator with ACURE, she enjoys the opportunity to share the ACURE mission and also her knowledge of skin as an organ and how the ACURE ingredients feed the skin. So before I turn things over to Tammy, just a few quick reminders. This webinar is being recorded and will be emailed to you after its conclusion. If you have any questions during today's webinar, please enter them into the question box on your screen. At the end of the webinar, we will try to answer as many as possible. So thank you all again for attending, and I'm going to turn this over to Tammy now.
Thank you, Nicole, and thank you to everyone that's participating on the webinar this afternoon. And it's nice to be here and have the opportunity to lead one of the LuckyVitamin Happy Wellness webinars. So thank you so much for attending. And as Nicole mentioned, our topic is the ultimate beauty approach. So this is really going to focus on our ACURE oils and all of our essential fatty acid content that's really healthy and nutritional for your skin when applied topically. And we also will be talking a little bit about how that applies not only on topic, but internally. So you can certainly relate your dietary intake to the topical aspect of ACURE. Reason being is that we're utilizing 100% food and plant-based ingredients, which is our active, and also feeding the skin as the living functional organ that it is. So your skin absorbs about 70% of what you're applying to it topically, and we feel that with our formulations, we're feeding the skin the nutrients that it needs to perform optimally. So we'll go through some of those functions today. And our agenda is as follows. So you'll see here on the next slide, essential fatty acids for the face, hair, and body. And we'll go through the essential fatty acid content. Also, the characteristics of a great cosmetic oil. So some of you may have questions when you're looking or searching for a cosmetic oil, like what type of properties should be present in the oil and what are some of those key characteristics. So we'll be sure to outline that for you today. Also paying attention to your skin. Your skin is a barometer for your overall health and well-being. So what is your skin telling you? And it's going to show you signs. So it could be problematic skin, aging skin, and moisture-depleted skin. Also, we have some additional ACURE oils, which are a little newer to our brand within the past 6 months. So we have our Rosehip oil. We also have our dry oil sprays, and then we have the Aromatherapeutic Argan oil. So we'll go through all the characteristics for those, and then also key selling points as a review with the presentation today. And then I know that Nicole will be facilitating some questions at the end. So please don't be shy. There are no dumb questions, and we'll do our best to get all those answers to you. So first off, the ultimate beauty approach. So let's kind of talk a little bit about essential fatty acids and why they're important. I'm sure many of you on the call today take fish oils internally as an example, or eat foods that are rich in our essential fatty acid intake. So some of those internal benefits, the EFAs are going to provide crucial nutrients for your skin health and function. Your skin is a protective covering, so it needs essential fatty acids just like your cellular structure and membranes of all your healthy cells in your body. And that also contributes to a lot of developmental processes in the body, adding substantial support to your body's overall health and also the healthy appearance of your skin. EFAs also promote the even distribution of melanin. So when we think of when we're exposed by the sun or to the sun, we have an increase of melanin production in our skin as a protective mechanism. Our melanocyte cells actually create the pigmentation to protect you. So, and then over time, sometimes we have damage to the skin, which really manifests as an uneven type of pigmentation in the skin. So there's certain ACURE products that can help with melanin production and pigmentation, and then also different oils as well. And then also internal benefits include the production of healthy skin cells. So everything starts with the cell, including your skin, and with ACURE we always want to focus on its optimal performance, which is protection. Next, we have topical benefits. So just as internal aspect is important, the topical application is very important. So when we apply the ACURE oils with high essential fatty acid content, it helps to support the retention of your natural moisture and also your lipid barrier. So we have oils like Argan and borage that really help to support that moisture content and also lipid barrier function. Topical aspects also support radiant skin health through all stages of life, so our skin certainly changes as we start to age, and we do significantly lose a lot of our moisture content. The essential fatty acid component, like omega-3 and omega-6, because they're building blocks for healthy cells, they also assist with maintaining that moisture balance in the skin. Then lastly, topical benefits, it helps to inhibit free radical damage that underlies skin aging. So we also have, as the base of some of our ACURE formulas, the Cure Oxidant blend, which is high in antioxidant protection. So it's the perfect product, like a moisturizer. If you cocktail a few drops of our key beauty oils, that really helps with that moisture balance and also inhibiting free radical damage on the skin. This slide speaks to the characteristics of a quality cosmetic oil. So let's look at what are some of the characteristics to look for when shopping for an oil on the market. And let's face it, all oils on the market are not equal. So some things to look for if it's cold pressed and unrefined, like our argan oil as an example. It's cold pressed, unrefined. It's actually the first press from the nuts from the argan tree. This type of oil also is limited on preservatives. With argan oil, it's simply argan oil. With ACURE, it's completely unrefined. There's no need to add an additional preservation like vitamin E as an example. And lastly, it should include a third-party certification. So USDA certification is the ultimate, and our argan oil and many of our beauty oils are in fact USDA certified organic, which ensures that they're 95% or higher of organic content or certified organic content. Next are some of the uses of the ACURE oils that they're great for, and this is also appealing, I think, to consumers because when you purchase a product, you have more uses than just one use. And our argan oil, as an example, is often called a 5-in-1. So it's great for applications of face, body, and hair. It's also great for all different skin types and different conditions, and similarly in the scalp as well. So we certainly have skin on our scalp, and we have challenges sometimes with eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis in the scalp area, just like we do on our skin. So the oils are great for application there as well. And some of the key features for the oils is really speaking to the chemistry, so how they penetrate into the skin. Argan oil is a high-weight molecular protein and a low-weight molecular oil. So what that means is that it's readily absorbable into the skin and helps to create an instant and visible tightening effect. So it really penetrates very quickly, especially when partnered with our toner. And also nutrient-dense oils that include vitamin E, essential fatty acids, and antioxidants, which all of ours do. And in the next series of slides, we're going to go through each of the oils and then also talk about what skin conditions they're good for and also applications. But first, we have moisture-depleted skin. And something that's key to the production of the skin's natural oil barrier is essential fatty acids. So keeping the skin hydrated, keeping it plump and youthful and nourished. So when we're born, we have a lot of hyaluronic acid in our skin, which allows our skin to stretch with our skeleton. And then as we age, we significantly start to lose this moisture content called your fluid matrix or your hyaluronic acid, which is responsible for your hydration. So if the skin is void of hydration, it lacks a healthy glow typically. It's going to have more of a matte finish to it. And obviously the skin is the largest organ of the body, so any of these properties are going to be visible. So the marula oil is going to be the perfect partner for moisture-depleted skin. It's really high in antioxidant levels and also great for sensitive skin as well. Next, we have healthy aging. So our aging category are people that are concerned with fine lines and aging in the skin. So the essential fatty acid content not only supports the body against environmental stressors that cause aging, it helps to protect your tissue from enzymes that destroy collagen. So as an example, you have an enzyme called collagenase that can break down collagen. So this is really key as far as ACURE, because we also have something called caloric growth factor and quite a few of our skincare pieces that really help to inhibit this enzyme activity. And then our facial serum would be the perfect partner for someone with concerns with fine lines and aging in order to help support optimal skin health as you're aging. Lastly, we have problematic skin, and essential fatty acids are vital here because it helps with the formation of something called prostaglandins, which are hormone-like substances that encourage a healthy blood circulation and are beneficial for addressing many skin concerns. So circulation is really key for all of these, and then specifically with problematic skin, because sometimes that type of skin can be sluggish and we need assistance with moving things along. So what is your skin telling you? So this is a section where we talk about really noticing different signs. So whether that's spots on your skin, could be breakouts on the skin, fine lines and aging, maybe discoloration underneath the eye area. So all of these are indicators, and redness as well, that either there's something awry and the skin is probably moving away from its optimal range as far as pH and performance. So the first oil is the argan oil. So I've already mentioned some of the benefits of argan oil. It's probably the most popular within the ACURE line and has been around the longest. It is USDA certified. It is 99% certified organic, and it's high in vitamin E content and also essential fatty acids. So this is going to be the perfect oil for all skin types, as it mentions, and then specifically great for problematic skin. And there's a couple reasons. So it's really high in its EFA content. So you'll see at the bottom of the slide, it contains 80% polyunsaturated essential fatty acids. So it's omega-6 and omega-9. So these essential fatty acids are great for nourishing the skin and also being anti-inflammatory. It also contains a high naturally occurring vitamin E content. So I mentioned that we don't put any additional preservation in this particular oil. There really isn't a need for that because it already possesses a high vitamin E content in the cold press of the nut from the tree. So this is really key for problematic skin as well. Acne bacteria are anaerobic and they can't live in the presence of oxygen. So the vitamin E infuses oxygen into the follicle when it's applied to the skin topically and helps to minimize the acne bacteria and then also heal the skin and minimize the opportunity for acne breakouts as well. And it's very versatile, as I mentioned, so it's often called a 5-in-1. So really great for not only skin application, it can be certainly cocktailed into a body lotion and then also used in hair care and also the cuticle oil as well. Next, we have marula oil. So we talked about moisture-depleted skin, and this is where the skin is lacking hydration. And again, that's the hyaluronic acid that starts to break down in the skin, and also is what really creates that supple kind of glow to your skin. And this is 100% pure wildcrafted from South Africa. Great for all skin types, and then especially great for your sensitive category, eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, or any kind of inflammation of the skin. It's going to have a little bit higher antioxidant properties than the argan oil, and it's great for all skin types as well, and then especially that dry, inflamed, cracked, or chapped skin. One of the uses indigenously in South Africa, where marula oil is harvested from, is to be a leather softener. So it helps to really soften the skin. So again, great to apply on its own, or also great to cocktail into a moisturizer for facial application or body as well. Then lastly, we have the Seriously Firming Facial Serum, one of my personal favorites, high in essential fatty acid content and really helps with your tissue and also protecting the tissue from the enzymes that destroy collagen as a substance. So this is our anti-aging serum. It's going to be the richest oil because it is a blend. So you have argan, borage, safflower, pumpkin seed, a little bit of sweet orange and lavender. So you have a blend of oils, and then you also have the essential oil component here. It is USDA certified organic. And Cosmetic and nutritionally focused as a super blend. It helps with circulation. So it's going to stimulate circulation for anti-aging, which drier skins need assistance with circulation as well. It also helps to firm and boost the skin and provide an intense moisture and glow. And again, great for normal to dry skin types and for those that may describe their skin as a little bit lackluster, have more of a matte finish or maturing, fine lines present, and chapped skin. So it's a great skin healer. When we launched this product with ACURE, our CEO, John Garrow, who's the lead chemist on our line, had many of his physician friends use this as a post-treatment for more invasive procedures on the skin, like a peel or resurfacing, and it cut their healing time by 50%. So very impactful as far as aging skin, but also good as a skin healer as well. Because most of our oils, if not all of them, can be applied to broken skin. So they're certainly great for cuts, burns, scrapes, and scars, especially the argan oil, and marula oil is really good for that too. Additional oils that are a little bit newer within ACURE, we have the Aromatherapeutic Argan oils. So a little bit different option for the consumer that maybe wants an added essential oil benefit as far as smelling or the smell experience. And the aromas are rose, geranium, and lemongrass, which is calming and soothing. Citrus ginger, which can be a little bit more warming, invigorating. And then the coconut, which is uplifting and really good for all skin types, so a pleasant escape that sweeps you away as far as the smell. It's one of my personal favorites. And then they can all be layered as well, which is kind of nice. So you could have a blend of all three, or just use one on its own, or maybe blend two. So you have a lot of flexibility with ACURE as a line, and then also with our oils and how you choose to apply them. And the use here would be the same as far as the content as the argan oil. You have an argan oil base, and then the essential oil component added. So still high EFA content, high vitamin E content, great for all skin types, and then especially great for that oily skin or problematic skin category. Rosehip oil is a little newer to ACURE, and it's known for its naturally high lycopene content, also vitamin E, and the EFA content. And this one, we can't label it as such. However, it does have a little bit of sun protection factor to it, about a level of a 3. So it might be good to layer on underneath or with your moisturizer and then SPF on top of it. And really good for aging skin and sensitive skin. So it's great for the rosacea, eczema, inflammatory category, maybe even psoriasis, and then really good for sunburns as well. And the source of this oil is from Chile. And then lastly, we have our dry oil category. So this is a little newer product launch for ACURE as well. These are 2-ounce size, and their retail pricing is $12.99. And there are 3 different options. So the essential oil components here mimic the other aromatherapeutic oils. So we have the rose, geranium, and lemongrass, which is soothing and relaxing. We have the citrus ginger, which is uplifting and also a little bit warming because it has the ginger, also citrus, lemon, and orange. And then lastly, the coconut, my personal favorite, uplifting, very pleasant, is an aroma. And this is a flavor oil as well for the coconut. So similar to our baby line with the vanilla and citrus. So this offers a nice option for the consumer. You also have sea buckthorn and sandalwood added into the mix as a blend. So you have argan and marula, sea buckthorn and sandalwood, which are all high in antioxidants and great protectors of the skin. And then these 3 oils are very ultra lightweight, also easily absorbed into the skin, and really great for application to hair and body. So really, really nice option again for the consumer because they can be sprayed into the palm of the hand and then actually use your fingertips to apply to your hair. They also could be added into a body lotion. So again, just a few sprays into your body care product and then applying it that way. And then ideally, when you're getting out of the shower, the skin is moist, go ahead and spray this on, and it absorbs very quickly into the skin. Oftentimes people ask why it's a dry oil. It's really the chemistry of the product. If we were to take the aromatherapeutic oils, let's say, and put them into a spray dispensing, the oil would just spray, like stream, so you wouldn't get an even disbursement of the molecule. So we add a hydrogen molecule to the content of the oil, which is a blend of different oils, and it allows the product to actually come up into the chamber and then dispense those molecules evenly on the skin so that they can be easily absorbed into the skin. So really great option if you're not wanting to use the traditional beauty oils. However, you have so many different oils at your fingertips with ACURE. So just again, a nice option. And then we have beauty oils for face, hair, and body application, and these would be for body application and actually merchandise that way in the store setting. So at this point, I think we have some questions that people wrote in previous to the call. I think Nicole's going to walk us through those, and then also just some questions that we have regarding the actual presentation today. So I'm going to conclude here and then turn it over to Nicole and then have her walk us through some of those questions. So thank you for your time, and then I'm going to turn it over to her.
Thank you so much, Tammy.
Thank you.
So, yeah, we did get a couple of questions in there. I'll start with the first one. So someone asked, are the oils made of 100% oil, or are there any other components added to them, you know, for the different purposes?
So that's a really good question, and all of our oils are what we call neat oils. So with the argan oil, it is 100% argan. The marula is 100% marula. The facial serum is a blend. So you have argan, borage, safflower, pumpkin seed, and then the essential oils of sweet orange and lavender, and then the aromatherapeutics have an argan oil base, and then the essential oil component. So if you look at them as a category, it is all oils. So we don't have any other type of ingredient that's added in to have the function of the product. It's more of a characteristic of the argan tree or the nut from the tree and what that's providing, or the marula trees. Does that help?
Yes, I think that's a good coverage of that question. So the other question I had for you, with those facial oils, how often do you recommend people use those in their normal routine? Should they use them a couple times a week, every night?
That's a great question as well. So I think with oils, everybody has a different preference as far as texture on their skin. Within the ACURE regimen, if you're using our facial regimen, let's say you have a cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer, and an oil, your oil would be applied last. It would be a component of your AM and PM regimen, so I would say definitely twice a day. At the very least, once a day, and I would say probably people prefer to do it at nighttime versus having oil on their skin during the day. Probably depends on what climate you live in and just kind of, your makeup, et cetera, and kind of how that wears on your skin. However, if you're using the toner, the oil will definitely penetrate a lot more quickly into the skin and should not leave any kind of greasy residue. So I would recommend twice a day, and then also just depending on the type of oil, because sometimes if someone's using argan, it's for problematic skin, so maybe there's times where they're more broken out than not, so maybe they use the oil more frequently. Similarly with marula oil, if it's redness and irritation, so if someone has a flare-up with rosacea, maybe they're using it topically a little bit more than just on their normal time. So I would just say gauge it kind of how your skin is feeling and kind of what your skin needs on a day-to-day basis, because it's always changing.
Okay, great. And I know, sun season is coming up, so everyone needs to be extra hydrated for that. So I think that's a good topic to, adding these oils into your normal routine, preparing your skin for the upcoming sun season is a good thing. Okay.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, for sure. And is there a specific oil you would recommend for someone who spends a lot of time outside?
I think, so with the rosehip oil, I think that would probably be the option. I was thinking about that moving through the presentation, and because it does have an SPF level of 3, we can't label it as such. However, it does have that property innately because it's high in vitamin C content. That one we do add a little bit of vitamin E. It's derived from sunflower lecithin to preserve the product, because that oil is not as stable as the other oils because it's water-soluble vitamin C. And typically with water-soluble vitamin C, the shelf life becomes a question, so it can go rancid a lot more quickly. So we do fold in a little bit of the tocopherol to help bump up the shelf life preservation. And it also is sourced from Chile, and it's rich in lycopene too. And it's also a component of our CURE Oxidant blend, which is in our moisturizer product and most of our facial care. So having that layered on your skin underneath a mixed with a moisturizer and then underneath an SPF would be ideal.
Okay, great. And now the seriously firming oil, can that go on under your moisturizer too, or is there a special step that you have to take with that one?
So the facial serum, I know it's called a serum, and as an esthetician I was confused with this at first. I did think that it was applied under the moisturizer. As a rule with ACURE, all of our beauty oils are applied on top of the moisturizer or a few drops mixed with your moisturizer. And the reason for that is that you have an oil, and then our moisturizers have more of a water base to them because of the CURE Oxidant blend. So if you put the oil first, you'll have more of a barrier as far as how quickly that moisturizer or treatment product is penetrating into your skin. So you want to switch it around. So facial serum would be part of the oil category, and then also applied last or mixed with your moisturizer.
Okay, good to know. I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
I did that too.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad you gave me that tip.
Yeah, no worries.
And yeah, so I actually do use a couple of ACURE oils. I use the rosehip oil and the marula oil, and I like to use it, from head to toe. I even put it in my hair and all over my face, everywhere. So I know that some of the packaging says they live longer, or the shelf life is extended if you keep it in a cooler spot. Do you recommend putting them in the fridge?
Yeah, you could certainly do that. I think especially in the summertime, just depending on where you live. I live in Chicago, so it's starting to get warm here. But if you're in California, obviously you have sun in Southern California often throughout the year. So Yeah, I think putting it in the refrigerator, also the toner would be a good option to put in the refrigerator, or at least have one bottle. So it's good to just kind of cool you off if you're in a warmer climate. And yeah, I think that that's great. And then the shelf life issue, yeah, with oils, I mean, our bottles are UV etched, by the way, so that if people ask, why it's not in a dark blue or dark brown bottle, it is UV etched, so it is protected. However, as when you open up a product, oxygen gets into the bottle. So that's what starts to break down the different ingredient components. So if you can keep it in a cooler or more of a dark place, that usually is more ideal. And then certainly with the Rosehip, try to avoid any extreme temperature because it can go rancid a lot more quickly.
Okay, great. Thanks for covering that too. That's good information.
Sure.
Another question came in about the dry oil sprays. Someone would like to know if you can use the dry oil sprays, and will that be enough to hydrate your skin, or would you need a lotion working on top of that? Or again, would you use the lotion first and then the dry oil spray?
Yeah, that's a really good question. If you apply the lotion first, because it does have the peroxidant blend, and then you can add either spray, like in the palm of your hand, mix the dry oil together with the lotion, or as you're applying it, apply your lotion and then spray the dry oil on top. And I would say it's fine to use alone. I think you have definitely a really rich blend of argan and marula. You have sea buckthorn that's anti-inflammatory. So a lot of different, really great properties of those oils. And then sandalwood is also in the mix as well. And then your essential oil component, which have different physiological properties on the skin topically as well. So I think just kind of to preference, if someone wants to use it by itself, maybe try that. And if you feel like you need a little bit additional moisture, then maybe the ultra hydrating would be a nice option because it is fragrance free as a body lotion, and then cocktailing in your preferred fragrance with your, or I should say essential oil with your dry oil.
Okay, great. I have personally tried the dry oil sprays, and I love them. I love that they're so easily absorbed, and they don't leave your skin feeling like super greasy or like weighted down. So I think those are a great item that everyone should give a try. They are so unique, I feel, and I definitely encourage people to try those. The last question, so we're going to wrap up. This is the final question. I have used, this is from someone wrote in, I have used ACURE products in the past, and I've really liked them, and they are hoping that you will carry a cosmetic line in the future. Any hidden info you can share? I know you guys do have the lip blush, which is like a lip gloss, but anything coming down the pipeline?
That's a really good question, and we've been asked it a lot, so thank you for that. And from what I've learned with ACURE, we don't have any plans at this point because we're continuing to do product development with our skincare. As we have not a lot of new things that are coming out this year, more treatment focused, like peels and a spot treatment and eye gel. So we have more skincare focused type of products coming out, which is really exciting for us because it's the first time that we've actually presented a category like that. That'll really kind of take your skincare to another level. Now, as far as makeup goes, I've learned with ACURE that it's a different ball of wax as far as certification and approval with FDA to formulate for makeup. And we do have the lip blushes. That was kind of a first go, but we get questions a lot about mascara and complexion product. Never say never, because we're a smaller company and we're always open to suggestions and product development and a need for what the consumer demand is. Just at this point, I haven't heard anything different from our brand president or CEO as far as, maybe moving forward with formulating for makeup. So maybe one day, hopefully. So we certainly get a lot of positive feedback about that and people inquiring. So thank you for asking.
Okay, great. Thanks for the insider tip on the new items coming soon.
Yeah.
I'm super excited about the eye firming gel. I'm excited about that.
It's amazing.
So everyone should be on the lookout. Those will be hitting LuckyVitamin within the next couple of months, guys. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so that was the final question, and we're going to wrap it up now. So thank you all again for attending, and thank you, Tammy. That was some great information. I just wanted to let everyone know the full line of ACURE products is on sale now on LuckyVitamin, and the sale will run through the end of the month. So be sure to check out all of these great items Tammy covered. And there's a wide variety of lotions, body washes, a full facial line, hair care. So really check it out. It's a fabulous line. If you have not already done so, please register for our upcoming webinar, Detoxing and Cleansing with Michael Schwartz, on Wednesday, April 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern. For more information, visit LuckyVitamin.com and search keyword webinar. So thanks again for everyone joining us, and remember to spread the wellness.